Michel checks.
River card coming up.
All right, it's a 7 at the river. Juha checks once again.
Oh, his ace is just melting,
Yeah.
card by card.
What he's thinking is, have I trapped myself here?
Queen.
Michel checks right behind him. He never made one play at that pot. Juha turns up 2 aces. Michel says, this pot is yours.
I just wait for a king. Or for an
The
8.
funny thing, though, is if Michel actually bets on the river, Juha has to lay the hand down.
Friendly.
I said friendly game.
Yes,
Well, he could have possibly laid it down on the river. He's never laying it down before that. He was putting the cheese in the trap and trying to find himself a Frenchman to grab the cheese.
Well, the Frenchman doesn't, they're very picky about their cheese. He did not bite. He saves a lot of money.
Wait.
Vince, what are you doing?
Oh, you know, I'm just going to update my style a little bit. No, this is it. This is how you have to win nowadays in poker. Of course, you know, I can't even see my hand behind these things. It's just not good.
Oh, well, you may have updated your style, but the jury is still out on whether sunglasses will improve your game. Our own Courtney Friel takes a look at shades at the table in this week's WPT Poker Corner.
Like the Arc de Triomphe means Paris, sporting dark sunglasses at the table is the image of modern-day poker. But is image everything? Do you really need sunglasses to win?
When I see people at the final table playing poker without sunglasses, I just really admire them. It's like a knight that goes into battle without his night hat on.
There's telepaths out there. I have to defend against the telepaths. I need to shield up.
He's closed himself up. He doesn't let him see anything, Vince.
No, I don't wear sunglasses. I don't really believe in them. One time I was wearing sunglasses and they made me misread a hand for a $100,000 pot.
Phil is out of this tournament.
So I took them and threw them out. Never wore them again.
I don't wear sunglasses because I like step to the plate. Mano y mano. You can look me straight in the eye.
Both sides have the passion, but who has the numbers on their side? These 12 champions all won World Poker Tour events wearing sunglasses. These 4 champions did not, but they each won twice. And then there's this guy.
He's a 3-time World Poker Tour champion.
He's won 3 times. Oh yeah, and then there's these guys. They also came in first without the shades. In fact, only a quarter of the WPT champions needed them to win. So although sunglasses may be fashionable, it's winning that never goes out of style.
He has done it. Well, Vince, as we saw in the Poker Corner, many players like to wear sunglasses when they're playing poker, including our 3 finalists here.
Absolutely. It is a trend on the circuit. You know, you can hide behind them. You can look at pretty girls. No one notices you doing it. It's exciting.
I happen to be against them. I don't think they're good for the game.
Oh, let's not get into that again.
Well, just my opinion, but they're allowed and players are wearing them.
All right. On Juha Helpy, he throws down his hand. Now Michel has king 8 of spades. He's on the short stack, and he's going to go all in with it. Rolling folds a 7-6. So that is going to do it. Michel picking up a pot by aggressive play.
Well, some mild applause from the lobby. The Frenchman out there rooting their man on here, but he's been rather silent today. Let's see if he can get it going and get back in the hunt here.
I make my money with my business. I play poker only for fun. I love to play golf, but it's impossible for me to play with Tiger Woods in the tournament. Now I can play with some of the best players in the world.
Says he'd like to be a pro golfer right now. He'd like to make a hole-in-one here.
All right, it's got to be back on Michel. This time, he's got a pair of jacks. It is wired. It is big.
All in.
He's got the button, and there he goes, all in again.
And he's gone tappy a second consecutive time.
Roland going out with 7-5, as is Juha with his king 5.
So back-to-back pickups, as we say, because the Frenchman has moved all in to take down the 2 pots.
Oh, vive la France for Michel. I'm a tight player. I wait for cards. No funny business. I'm just going to play solid. Just give me the money. No trickery. I'm Michel.
Well, he's what we call an ABC poker player, Vince. No imagination, no creativity. Pretty easy to read. Yet here he is battling for a World Poker Tour title. So it's not all that bad to play good, solid poker.
Okay, action's going to be back on Roland de Wolf from London, England. Our chip leader, he has 10-3. of hearts this time, but he's not going to mess around. Goes out.
And Juha picking up 2 kings in the small blind. Last time he had 2 aces in the blind, and this time he's going to raise it.
An additional 75,000.
Well, he limped in with aces, and that didn't work, so now he's going to try a raise with the 2 kings.
He's going to mix up his tactics. Hope to snag Michel. Now Michel with king 9 off suit here. Nothing really special.
125 000 de plus ou 125 000 en tout?
Well, the Frenchman considering making a move here with king 9. And Vince, would that be disastrous? He's up against 2 kings.
Remember who you are. You're the solid player that doesn't get fancy.
Well, Vince, ironically,
Je suis pas loin de l'histoire.
if he's contemplating playing against a raise here, you just wonder, had Juha limped in, would Michel have raised it here?
And yes, he does the right thing finally.
Well, he makes a good laydown, but he's not happy about it, Vince.
Well, you're right, because it's 3-handed. He liked his king 9. He's frustrated. This guy right before him takes the play away from him. Juha mixing up his game when he has a big pair. Sometimes he checks it. Sometimes he's going to bet it. He's in a good place right now. We're coming back from Paris. 3 remain. Stay with us on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to Paris and the World Poker Tour. 3 players remain vying for the crown to see who's going to win the Grand Prix de Paris.
It's anybody's guess. But right now, who's going to take the French Wine Award? I think Kurt before was almost going to get that. But the antics of Michel on the last hand, he's getting right up there with him.
Well, action's going to be on Juha here. He looks down at ace-8. That figures to be a favorite over the 2 blind hands, so he's going to raise it. Makes it 130,000 to go.
Michel next to act. He's got ace-7 of hearts this time. Pretty solid starting hand.
He's got 375,000
He's all
left.
in.
He's going tappy, as they say here in Paris. That means he's moved all in.
And Roland de Wolf quickly folding a jack-3, so back on Juha. And it looks like it's going to be an additional $245,000 raise.
Take the 130 away, please.
Well, Vince, there's 570,000 in the pot right now. I'd be very surprised if Juha Helpe would lay this hand down, because he's getting the right price to call, as we say. Anytime you have an ace in your hand and you're getting more than 2-to-1 odds on your money, you can't be that big of an underdog unless your opponent specifically has 2 aces.
Well, the Frenchman playing very tight, self-proclaimed tight, solid player.
Well, Juha Helpe faced with a tough decision here. But Vince, I feel like he's got to make this call because of the price he's getting, not because we can see he has way the best hand.
Well, we get the privilege of looking at the Budweiser WPT cam. We see that he'd be a big favorite. If he should make this call, he could bust out the Frenchman, make this a 2-horse race.
Juha, tremendous at making correct decisions at the poker table. Great poker instincts. Will he make the correct decision here and make the call?
One is going to take home close to 600,000 US dollars. 160 players started this event. Also will get the WPT guaranteed seat at Bellagio. The drama intensifies as Juha looks up to the sky. What will he do here?
Oh, Vince, he's going to lay the hand down.
Oh, man.
No, Roland, last time you said time for this gentleman. He just think 2 minutes, he think 1 hour.
He's saying to Roland, look, you called the clock a minute ago on the guy in the 1 seat. How come you didn't call it on Juha there when he took that much
Well,
time?
I'm going to tell you something. Right now, he is definitely going to win the French Wine Award because, you know, you win a big pot, and yet at the same time, you manage to scowl about the clock. This is beautiful. He's going to get the trophy, I think. What do you think, Mike?
Well, I think you're right, Vince. I mean, normally the wine award would go to a guy that loses a pot and moans about it.
Yeah.
Here's a guy that wins a pot, and he's still not happy.
Oh, man. French Wine Award for Michel.
Well, the Frenchman making a move there, trying to get back the chip lead he held when we started this final table.
Well, he won the French Wine Award. Can he win this title as well? We will see. He's got King 5 this time.
He's on the button in position, but he opts to lay it down.
Okay, on Roland. Roland's got king 5 of diamonds right now.
Yeah, he calls out of the small blind.
And Juha Helppi with 8-4.
Check.
He says, go ahead and give us a flop here. So it's the Englishman versus the Finn. King 5 for Roland, 8-4 for Juha.
Let's see the cards turn.
The flop is Jack 3 deuce, no help to either player.
But it is on Roland first to act.
Well, he checks.
75.
And look at this. Juha just reaches for chips. Roland hops over before he could even get a chance to bet them and bluff at this pot.
Now that always feels good when you have absolute bupkis. You're making your bet and the guy folds before you even get your chips in.
Well, it just shows you the power of betting and no limit hold'em. I guarantee you, had Roland let out and bet that flop, he would have won the pot. Instead, Juha bet it after Roland gave him the green light and picks up the pot. That is understanding the situation and where you're at and knowing how to pick up pots with the worst cards.
Okay, action right back on Roland with the button this time, looking down at a miserable little 6-3 offsuit. What is he going to do?
Well, he didn't bet with the king 5 of diamonds. All of a sudden now he's got 6-3 offsuit here. Well, looks like he's going to make a move at this pot.
Oh boy, with the 6-3, he's going to make a raise of 70,000.
Sure does. Bets 120,000 with a 6-3 offsuit.
Nice pressure he's going to put on these guys.
120,000. 120 000.
Going to Juha. He's got Acey Deucey of diamonds.
That's the kind of hand you don't mind raising with. You sort of hate to call with. Juha opts to get out of the way here.
Michel folding his queen 5, so just like that, Roland pulling off a nice bluff there with just 6-3.
Well, give the Englishman credit for making it happen there, Vince. He earned that pot by raising with 6 high.
Lots of trickery going on here. 3 remaining in Paris. We're coming back with more. Stay with us on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We're in Paris for the final of the Grand Prix de Paris. Down to 3 players. Who's going to capture this WPT title?
And Mike, what an international group we have here as the final 3. We have Roland de Wolf from London, England, Juha Helppi from Finland, and of course Michel Zeidenberg from Paris, France.
Well, last year we had a guy from London win this tournament, Surinder Sunar. 2 years ago, a Parisian, David Benjamin, took the title. Who's it going to be tonight?
Okay, it is on Roland de Wolf this time. Looking down at A6 offsuit.
He makes the minimum raise possible here. He doubles the size of the big blind, makes it 100,000 to go.
Right behind him, Juha. He's got big
Maybe
slick.
you save money now. Because I'm all in.
Well, he says I'm all in.
Casually so.
Juha has gone tappy, as they say here in Paris. He's moved all in for $1 million.
That's going to stun Michel, who's got A7.
Incredibly, all 3 players have ace high here.
Michel getting out of the way, as does Roland.
Good laydowns by those guys.
And Juha very casually shows the ace-king.
Well, that surprised me a little bit, I got to tell you. All he's done is make both of these players feel very good about getting away from their ace high.
Well, we know he's extremely talented, this Juha Helppi. Only 28 years old, out of Finland. He is showing why he is one of the best.
Vince, you just know that he wants to get into that elite group that currently consists of 5 players who have won 2 or more World Poker Tour events.
Well, it would just be incredible. But it's not going to be without going through a lot of adversity this evening.
Makes it faster. They want to make it
It's going to be on the Frenchman, Michel Zeidenberg.
30 minutes. Why?
Come on, play faster.
Yes, okay, but...
This time staring down at a very solid ace-jack offsuit.
You want me to pay fast?
Yes.
Okay, all in.
He's going all in with it, Vince.
I call.
And Juha quickly calls him after Roland gets out.
Juha's got a big hand. He's got ace-queen. He's going to dominate him right here with the ace-jack.
Well, Vince, the Frenchman's got to get lucky here, but you can't really fault him for going all in with ace-jack before the flop.
No, you can't.
In a 3-handed game, Juha is loving this right now. He is in great shape to knock the Frenchman out and be the big chip leader going into heads-up play.